Welcome back, everyone. We are hanging out in the Mazer Appliance Kitchen with Emily Wine. She's the founder of Trunk Tea, which is a new canned mocktail available in the Magic City. Emily, thanks for coming in.
Thank you for having me.
Tell me a little bit about Trunk Tea.
Yeah, so Trunk Tea, we're trying to provide a non-alcoholic, spirit-free option for anyone who doesn't wish to imbibe in alcohol, but still wants to enjoy a nice beverage.
This is a little bit funny coming from you. A, your last name is Wines, but B, you're a longtime bartender, wine enthusiast. So what made you think about people who may not want the alcohol?
I guess it's just from being in years in the food and beverage industry, and just I've kind of seen a trend where more and more often people are asking me for a mocktail or something that's non-alcoholic, that's not just a soda, and really just trying to be able to provide the same guest experience to those individuals.
And not have to sacrifice on taste, because a lot of times too, you do want something special. It's kind of fun to order a fancy little cocktail and to have the garnish and to have all those flavors in there, but sometimes you don't necessarily want or need the alcohol.
Absolutely.
So still providing something that's a little bit fun. You are a Birmingham native, and so what was the process like of going through and creating something like this?
It has really been just a journey of trial and error, diving into a world that is related to bartending, but a lot of skills that I didn't already have. So I would say, yeah, it's just been a fun journey, learning a whole bunch, and I'm excited to see where it goes.
Certainly. And what kind of flavors do we have right now?
So our initial launch, we are launching with the Bee's Knees, which is traditionally a gin cocktail. It's basically like a gin honey lemonade. So one of the main flavors is juniper in that to replicate the gin. Then the Cosmo, most people are familiar with the Cosmo from Sex and the City. Ours is very tart and it's a little darker in color, since we use a more concentrated form of cranberry instead of like a cranberry juice cocktail.
Oh, okay.
And then lastly is the Caprania, which is really fun. It has green tea, wasabi, and lime in it.
Ooh, interesting. That sounds really refreshing.
It is.
Too.
It's very light
Yeah.
and like a little grassy. The wasabi isn't spicy at all. It's all for flavor.
Okay, good to know. So we're not going to be drinking that and then needing a different drink.
Right, exactly.
Cut down on this, certainly. How do you all come up with some of these flavors? Because these are pretty complex.
Yeah, so the Bee's Knees and the Cosmo were a little more straightforward, since I was replicating more of a flavor profile. The Caprania was a little more, I would say, interesting and fun to make, since it is a very spirit-forward drink. There's not a lot in it. It's literally just sugar, lime, and then cachaça, which is kind of like a Brazilian rum. So a lot of the flavor inspiration came from trying to mimic that spirit, which is very like bright, herbaceous, light. It's made from sugar cane juice instead of like the byproducts of the sugar industry, like most like Caribbean rum.
Sure, yeah. So it sounds like there was a lot of experimentation here.
Yes, absolutely. We got to try a lot. Friends and family really took, the helm and tried everything.
Exactly. Made those sacrifices.
Those
Oh no, I have to try this again. Tell me about the name. Why Trunk Tea?
Yeah, so Trunk Tea is a term my grandfather used, and my father picked it up and passed it along to me and my siblings. My grandfather grew up in Alabama, and he grew up in a time when you needed a map or you relied on word of mouth for recommendations about where you were going for vacation. And he frequently traveled throughout the Bible Belt, so there's dry counties everywhere, and he learned to be prepared. So he packed his liquor in his trunk and he called it his Trunk Tea.
Oh my goodness, that's amazing. So you're bringing in some Alabama history into this as well, that, people can think of that bygone era. That is interesting. I want to try one of these. Which one would you recommend? Which flavors do we have here?
Yes, absolutely. So this first one here is the Caprania that we spoke about. So that one's light and a little, I would say maybe the lightest of them.
Okay.
The Cosmo is a little like punchy and tart. The Bee's Knees is going to be, I would say, the sweetest out of the three.
Okay.
And maybe the most approachable for someone who maybe doesn't drink as much or didn't drink never got into alcohol as much.
Okay, I'm interested to try the one you said. This is I'm seeing. I can't see the front of this, but this one, the bee's knees, has the juniper in it. So
It
that's,
does.
Yeah, that's the kind of gin inspired, and I like that kind of minty juniper flavor. So, and I want to see the color, so I'm gonna try to. Emily, if you want to pour this into a glass, you're probably a better pourer than I am. And be able to see the color there. Yeah, really, really light too. And you said that, yeah, there's some green tea in there, kind of grassy. Let's give it a try. Oh, that's very bright. That's really good, yeah. The honey lemon is really refreshing. I can taste kind of a hint of the juniper and a little bit of the earthiness of the green tea. So it's very refreshing. Emily, thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate you.